Hey, what is up guys and girls? Welcome back to another awesome lineup guide for Valorant. This time we have the teleporting, rift-walking duelist Yoru on Breeze. Yoru is insane if you can learn where to teleport to and the best place to blind enemies from. So before diving right into the video, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the TGG YouTube channel if you haven't already, and comment down below if you knew any of these beforehand. Let's get into it. The first lineup we have for you today is an attacking lineup for A-Site. This will utilize Yoru's Gatecrash ability, meaning we can teleport you across the map. This goes from A cave to all the way under A bridge behind A-Site. You need to stand on the right side of A cave and aim at the left side of the pyramid, about halfway up. The Gatecrash will travel all the way to the back of A-Site, just below A bridge and behind the stairs. This is a great lineup to have, as you can easily get to the back of A-Site from very early on in the round. If you want to get to the same area under A bridge, but this time from mid-bottom, this lineup literally does just that. Sometimes you need to attack A-Site from mid-doors, and while your team is doing this, you can teleport behind enemies. Stand at the top of mid-bottom and fire your Gatecrash just into mid-doors. The Gatecrash comes out into the opposite corner under A bridge, which is actually safer, as you aren't exposed to enemies holding the pyramids on A-Site. Next up we have Yoru's best blindside flashes from A cave for A-Site, the first of which will have you in the entrance to A cave from A shop. This will safely blind enemies holding a close angle on A-Site, as well as enemies peeking from A pyramid. Fire your blindside against the top of the far side of the entryway to A pyramids from A cave, and you should be able to peek and even throw a Gatecrash down to get onto A-Site in the process. The next flash comes from the other side of A cave, near where we fired the Gatecrash teleport lineup from earlier. Stand against the wall on the right side of the A cave entryway to A pyramids. Fire the blindside against the double-stacked piles of brick immediately left of the entryway, and the blindside will explode on either side, blinding enemies holding from A backside. The next section of the video is the lineups to help you master attacking B side on Breeze, with the first being a Gatecrash lineup that will take you from B main to defender side arches. You want to begin on the left side of B main by the wall. Fire your Gatecrash through the gap in between the walls of the entryway leading to B site. The Gatecrash almost reaches defender side spawn, right at the back of defender side arches. For this following lineup, you need to stand on the opposite side of B main from the last lineup, as this Gatecrash will get you from B main to B back. Aim at the gap between the walls covering B back and fire. The Gatecrash will take you to the very back corner of B back, which is usually behind all of the enemies. If you blindside off the entryway simultaneously, you can usually teleport in safe and surprise the enemies. Our final attacking B-site lineup is a blindside from B main for B-site. Stand in the same position as the previous Gatecrash lineup, and fire the blindside into the floor, right on the corner of the wall. The blindside bounces up and blinds enemies on the close left and close right sides of the entryway, and enemies will have very little time to react. Now sadly, you can't only play Yoru on Breeze, as much as he dominates the map. You'll need to learn lineups for some other agents on Breeze, and boy have we got you covered. On the official TheGlobalGaming website and YouTube channel, we have guides for agents such as Viper, Raze, Killjoy, KO, Phoenix, Brimstone, Sova, and Fade, all on Breeze as well. The next Gatecrash will get you up A hall, so you can push attackers and flank behind them. Stand by the doors at the defender end of A hall. While the Gatecrash travels, you can blind enemies. The Gatecrash actually goes down mid-chute, so you can bait enemies with the teleport as they will hear the chute doors opening. This is also an easy way out of A hall if you're pinned down. One of the most common positions that players defend A-Site from is the left pyramid on A-Site, so we have a blindside flash from this position that will blind enemies pushing from A main and A cave. You actually want to stand behind the left pyramid, turn around, and aim at the top of the wall behind you. The flash will leave enemies with very little time to react to the blindside, so peek and grab some free kills. Finally, we're moving back over to B-Site once again, but this time on the defensive side of the game. The first lineup is a Gatecrash teleport, which will take you all the way to the attacker side spawn from B back. Stand on the floor where we have, right at the end of the pile of leaves. You should be in the front right corner of B back. Aim at the darker patch on the wall opposite, and the Gatecrash will go through B main, mid-cannon, to attacker side spawn. This penultimate lineup will allow you to rotate from B-site to A-site. It goes from defender side arches to A bridge. Stand against the left side tap on the wall in defender side arches and aim up towards A hall and A bridge. This means you can defend B-site and easily rotate to help defend A-site if enemies hard push A-site. Our last lineup is a blindside flash for B main from B back, so you can slow down a push, blind enemies, and pick up some free, easy kills when enemies storm B site. Stand in the same place that we use the defender side spawn Gatecrash from. Aim up and throw the blindside against the top of the pillar in the middle of B site, meaning you can peek and kill pushing enemies. Hey, that's all we have for you in this video, but if you want some more Yoru, Gatecrash, and blindside lineups, we have guides for Haven, Ascent, Split, Fracture, Breeze, Pearl, and Bind as well. For now, we'll catch you next time, and until then, happy gaming, go and frag out.